is Ansa Alabro. I'm a dating and relationship coach for ladies. On this channel, we aim at raising significant ladies by sharing high-value secrets that can enable them build all-round success in their lives, careers, and their relationship. Therefore, I welcome you on board. Today, we shall be looking at a very, very interesting topic. I am sure by the time I'm done with this, your life will never remain the same again. And if you can wait to the end of this video, I have a free gift for you, and I will tell you how to get it. So a couple of weeks ago, there was this trending thing. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan had an interview with Oprah Winfrey, and at the end of the day, it became the talk of the internet. Everybody was going after it. And my first highlight was her racism claims.
When I was pregnant, all around the same time. So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? In this 21st century, we are still talking about racism. But actually, I wasn't surprised when I learned about her racism claims. Why? Because I believe she's the first biracial woman to come into that family. So now that, okay, we're in the 21st century, you can go ahead and get the wife you want and marry. Even at that, I believe his choice of a biracial woman was a bit, even though in the media we come out and smile, there's no big deal, there's nothing anywhere. But deep within the heart of hearts, we know there's still where we find it uncomfortable. For me, one of the things that intrigued me was the response of the palace. When I read the letter, I just knew this letter emanated from the image maker of the palace, not really the core people. And the striking thing about it was that when they said the issues raised, particularly that of race, is concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. The moment I read the word privately, I knew this issue is gone. Nobody will do anything about it. Now, to shock everybody, a week later, the palace was initiating an investigation on an abuse on a palace staff by Meghan. So when I read this one, I knew actually this one was emanating from the core people. Those same people Meghan was accusing of abusing her racially. So it's simple. You try to paint us bad, and we too, let's find one or two things to also paint you bad. My second highlight was when she spoke about depression.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And that was a very clear and real and frightening, constant thought.
You see, let me say something very, very important. I felt bad when she said they didn't even allow her to seek help. So she was even thinking of taking her life. She said she was even afraid of herself. I felt pity for her. But let me say something about depression. Please, if you notice you are going down the path of depression, please and please, I will advise you to seek help as quick as you can. Don't let anybody hold you back, please. But at the same time, let me also say this. Depression is not something that just comes upon you. Depression is an endpoint of something you started earlier. What am I trying to say? Depression simply starts by you focusing on the wrong thoughts. It starts by someone telling you a negative word, or someone criticizing you, And then you come back home and start brooding upon these thoughts. Oh, they said I'm ugly. They said I'm not important anymore. Oh, nobody's patronizing me anymore. Oh, nobody's casting me in movie roles anymore. Oh, nobody cares about me anymore. You start brooding on this over and over again. You think about this in the first day, think about it the second day, think about it the third day. That same mood you had day before yesterday, you keep on having it. Should I tell you something? That is the beginning of depression. So nobody will say depression just fell upon him. No, something started and you started brooding on that negative thought that resulted into this problem. So, let me say this to you. Remember this. You are not your mind. Rather, you have a mind. What's the difference? The difference is this. You don't allow your mind think anything it wants to think per time. You control what you think about. Example, you can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can stop it from perching on your head. Let me say this to you. People's perspective about you is directly proportional to how they feel per time. So don't allow anybody weigh you down. If somebody woke up from the wrong side of the bed and looks at you, what do you expect that person to see? Do you expect him to see a wonderful lady? No. The only thing he will see is negativity. Let me tell you something. A happy person sees the world as a wonderful place, while a sad person sees this world as a terrible place. And let me shock you, over 70% of people on this earth are not happy about their life. So their perspective about life is negative. So why will you allow somebody's negative perspective about life affect you? If somebody says you're ugly, that's his own view, and it has nothing to do with you. I don't know if I'm communicating. Because what happens is that over time, as you begin to brood on these negative thoughts, over time, you will train your mind to take over the body. Let me shock you. Most of the people who committed suicide regretted it at the dying minutes. If they had an opportunity of turning back the hand of time, most of them would have done that. If you want to find out what I'm saying, ask anyone who had tried committing suicide. He will tell you that something came over him or something came over her that made her went ahead, either cut off her wrist or took poison or did something. So I will advise you, please, no matter what is happening, go and seek help if you are already in depression. But to avoid depression, make sure you think about the right thoughts. Get things that make you happy. Stay amongst your friends. Just make sure you force yourself to think the right thoughts. I hope you get these things I'm saying. Please, if you are gaining value in this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed, please, I think best moment to do so. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when we release our videos, you'll be the first to be notified. So now to the big question of the day. How on earth did Meghan become the prize? How on earth did she become the treasure? How on earth did Prince of one of the most respected kingdom on this earth relinquish everything and go after a woman? How on earth did this happen? As I used to say, this video is not about Prince Harry and Meghan, but rather we're using their relationship as a template to learn from their relationship and see how we're going to make our relationship better off. So this video is about you and your relationship. Now let me ask you a question. Do you know there's a whore a guy sleeps with and pays her less than $50? And there's another whore a person will pay between $1,000 to $10,000. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think is the difference? Is it that the lady the guy pays between $1,000 to $10,000? Is it that the moment you have sex with her, you will immediately wake up in paradise? No. It's the same sex. It's the same feeling, the same everything. then what do you think is the difference? The difference is in their worth. And should I tell you something? Your worth is not determined by people outside. Your worth is determined by you. You are responsible on the value you place on yourself. Both of them are sex workers, but one charges less. The one charging $1,000 and above tells herself, if I'm actually going to sell my body for money, then it has to be worthwhile. So let me say this to you. A man will never value you beyond the way you value yourself. Can you see this? Meghan sees herself as the price. She sees herself as the treasure. She sees herself as the person a man will go and sell every other thing to get. And let me tell you something. Until you start seeing yourself as the price, nobody will. So in this video, we shall be dwelling basically on the mind. And as I said earlier, if you can wait to the end of this video, I have a free gift for you that can help you develop the needed mindset and how to bring about the transformation you will ever need. The same guy who was treating you bad, was abusing you, go and check the relationship that guy is in now. You will discover he's literally worshiping the lady. How did that happen? He treated you that way because of your mindset. This thing is oozing out from you. Let me repeat this word. Value is not what people give you. Value is what you give yourself. See, you don't go about telling people, this is my value, this is my value, this is my value. Naturally, it oozes out of you. And let me tell you something. We guys, when we see a woman who considers herself as the price, as the treasure, the moment we sight her, we don't waste time because we know time is of essence. If you leave this lady, another man will snatch her up. So do anything possible to make sure you bring her home. One of the reasons you are even having delays is because you've not taken time to work on yourself. One thing I will advise you, withdraw back a bit. Just work on yourself. And I'll show you how at the end of this video. Work on your mindset. And I tell you the truth. See, when I met my wife, I proposed to her 3 days later. Do you know what? I saw her as a treasure. And let me shock you. Now, I'll be 6 years in marriage this year. Do you know I can count how many times my wife apologized? Most of the time, I'm the one going to beg her. I don't know why. And mind you, I study women for a living. But my wife is just one difficult nut I don't know how to crack. She puts me on my toes, even 6 years down the line. So let me tell you something. This value we are talking about is not something outside. It's something that you have to work from within. So Meghan sees herself as the price. The moment we notice that you are the price, there is no price so big that we can't pay to get you. There's no sacrifice so mighty we can't pay. I don't know if I'm communicating. What is your self-worth? How do you see yourself? You know, the kind of guys that date you is a direct reflection of your self-worth. Are you aware of that? So how do you see yourself internally? You wonder why guys don't respect you. You wonder why guys treat you anyhow. You wonder why anytime you're in a relationship, the guy must have another girlfriend apart from you. You wonder why this thing keep repeating themselves. The problem is emanating from you. I made a video similar to this. You can watch it later. But what I'm trying to say is this. The day you know your worth, that is the day you begin to enjoy your relationship. You can't talk about self-worth without understanding what self-love is. Because they go hand in hand. Self-love is simply how much you love yourself. I know a lot of ladies, when they hear self-love, what comes to their mind is being selfish. It's far beyond that. Self-love is how much you treat yourself. Do you know there are ladies that can sacrifice everything to make other people comfortable, but will not sacrifice anything for themselves? Do you know that mindset alone is a disadvantage? Oh, let me give everybody the best food. Let me do the sacrifice for everybody while me, I can manage the crumbs. What? You're the one doing it. You sacrifice everything for everyone and manage crumbs? You think it's all about being selfless. That is not. Internally, you are sending a message that I deserve crumbs. Self-love is about taking care of yourself. It's about having time with your inner self. To know yourself. It's about befriending yourself. It's about buying the best for yourself. It's about wearing the best for yourself. It's about eating the best. It's about pursuing your passions and your dreams. Let me tell you this. A man will never love you beyond the way you love yourself. Don't worry. And that gift I'm giving you, you will learn a lot. Let me not dwell more on this. So all I'm simply trying to say is simple. Meghan is a high-value woman. I hope you're aware that Prince Harry is the second man she got married to. She divorced her first husband, Trevor, whom they dated 6 years and then got married in 2011. And by 2013, they filed for a divorce. And what was the issue? It said irreconcilable differences. Let me say this. 1-2 years down the line, she discovered the guy wasn't giving her what she expected, because there's a way she viewed herself. There's a value she placed on herself. If you can't see the treasure in me, if you can't see the princess in me, then I can't stay in this relationship. Let me say this to you. If you are in a relationship, no high-value lady will hang around a man that is abusive. Please, I'm not saying if you have issue with your marriage, you go and divorce. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm simply saying high-value women don't tolerate abuse in their relationship. Mind you, I'm a dating and relationship coach, so I'm basically addressing those single ladies out there. High-value women have a very high attention giving, but low attachment. So their attachment is conditional. Oh, it's not that I've been with this guy for more than 3 years. I've been with this guy for more than 10 years. Let me just manage him. No. You can't be in a relationship with a guy that is not going anywhere with you and still hang around. The reason why you are hanging around this guy is because you are low value. The problem is here. If you can only change from here, that same guy that is confused whether he should marry you or not will immediately propose. Whatever you see from the outside is simply a reflection of the inside. So in this video, I'm taking time to explain to you that you need to change from within. And that's why at the end of this video, I will give you a free book that will transform your life. And I'm sure a lot of you, 90 days from now, you will call me and be thanking me and say, please send your account number. Let me send something to you in Thanksgiving. When you decide to be a princess here, the whole world will come and bow before you. Please follow us on our social media handles. The link will be below this video. And please, I want you to go down to the comment section and tell me one value you got from this video. I would love to hear from you. And finally, to the material I promised you guys, is the link below this video that will take you to where you're going to get this free book. I think I will have to call it a day here. So from this side, don't forget that I love you. Please take care of yourself.